This is an Ellis Mowers and More small engine repair. Stay connected on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers and More. Comments or questions? Leave them below or email me, ellis@ellismowers.com. Parts used in today's repair are found using the links in the description below. And as always, like and subscribe for more small engine content. Today's repair is going to be on the Stihl FS45 weed trimmer, whatever you want to call it. Just Stihl's pretty much entry-level weed eater. We're going to put one of these carburetors on them right here. And you can see I have two of them. It doesn't take two carburetors, but you can get two for the price of one. So currently, if you're watching this video, at the very beginning of when I post it, they've got a 2 for $9.90 promotion going on, and you can get two of these carburetors for Stihl FS45s, 55s, a lot of other applications for that $9.90 price. So that's a pretty good deal. I have a link down in the description below. It's that share a sale link. Helps me out, helps Hype out, helps everybody out. So we're going to use one of these to get this Stihl FS45 back to life. It hasn't been running a long time. A lot of times, especially on the Stihls, the Zama carburetors, their diaphragms will get hard and they won't suck any fuel up. So we're going to put this in here, see if it works. Let's get started without further ado. Pull the air filter cover off. Looks like we're missing an air filter cover. The $9.90 ones I don't think come with the air filter cover. So, or the air filter, excuse me. So you would have to consider that when purchasing. I've got something here that'll work just fine on it. So let's open this bad boy up. It's one of these all-in-one, well, is it an all-in-one kit? This is just the carburetor, right? Yeah, so this is the meat and potatoes of what we need anyways. Boom, right there. So we're going to take this, a couple of 8mm. We'll get those off real quick here. Just put that down there. Right there. See what our situation is. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. So you got a gasket. Remember, if we're just doing the carb, you got to make sure you do your best to preserve the gaskets unless you have those extra gaskets on hand. We have these fuel lines, which, to Stihl's credit, are awesome because they're not the generic regular fuel lines here. They are those green ones. They don't rot out nearly as bad as the other ones. So that's a big plus. A lot of times you just got to get some pliers to kind of break the seal that they've created on the machine, and then you just pull it off like so. These appear to still be in pretty good shape. So we've got the throttle cable somewhere. It has fallen off already, so it should be able to just pull this off. You can see this carburetor's been on there a while. I don't know the age of this. 2011, so it's definitely due for, if it wasn't a rebuild, a new carburetor. So what we could do is go ahead, hopefully, put this throttle in, sit everything back. The thing about these Stihls is most of these Stihls are really easy to fix. It's kind of a blessing, considering that some of these are just atrocious to work on. We just slide all the fuel lines back on. Got to slide that one on good. But in theory, we should see it pump now, and there you go. So that's great. We'll put this back on. With your 8mm nuts. If you have a nut driver, that would be ideal getting into this setup here. And get a, oh, I can use the socket, I suppose. But you'll get these nuts back on. Boom. Yeah, I'll get these nuts back on. I'll find an air filter cover, put it back on. But that's the premise, right? Nothing much at all going here. It's real easy to do this. When you know putting the nuts back on is the hardest part about the job, then you're doing pretty well. I'll put those on. We'll be done in a second. A little bit of finesse, right? So easy does it. You want to use a nut driver. Of course, I'm just using the impact because that's what I'm used to. And everything's on there. Like I said, let me get an air filter for this thing and we'll be back in business pretty soon. All right, so here we go. A few primes. Let's see if it'll start. On. Hey. See, we woke up in a long time, guys. Woo. Come on now. Runs on idle, very good. I wonder if this has been ran with straight gas in it or something. Does it run? I mean, it runs, but it's definitely definitely got something going on with it. So. Let me work on it a little bit. I'll throw a little bit more fuel in there, see if that helps. But even if this thing doesn't have a lot of compression, it at least got this thing to run. So I'll adjust on the carburetor a little bit too, see if we can get it going. Didn't have a lot of hope, but took the spark arrestor out and you can see that it's pretty bad. Now, got to do a little bit of adjusting, but got it running too rich now, I think. So I got to get the low adjusted. There, I got it running too. to get it to run at idle. This was probably good before I tried to fix it myself. So, but I'll get it fixed right here. Yeah, I got all this. I got to fix the low and the high side, but you can see the premise. It's going to run great. I just messed it up on my end. But if you do this and you still have issues, check your spark arrestor. It might be clogged. That might be your issue, just like on this one. I'm going to get the settings correct on this air fuel mix with the high and the low, and I'll be right back. I forgot to mention about the spark arrestor, where it's located and how to get it off. Let me do that very quickly. The spark arrestor is located right there. It's out right now. If you use a small spark plug socket and a ratchet, it'll come right out. So really easy to test that out to see if that also will not cause your machine to run right. Alright, I think we're better now. We can work on it just a little bit more here. She's definitely a little smoky. I think I got it running just a little bit on the rich end, but that's okay because that allows it to pick up a little bit whenever you are turning the weed eater there. So I'd call that a success, guys. Super good. Just a clogged spark arrestor was preventing the new carburetor from running like it should. Now it's running like it should. We could clean the spark arrestor or leave it off. It's your choice. Just remember, in dry climates, you don't want to be catching your grass on fire. That's the only thing. So let's wrap this video up. Alright guys, so that fixed it. Like I said, I thought it may be a little low on compression, but it ended up turning out being the spark arrestor was just, I mean, you can't even see through it. You can clean that out if you want to, or you could just leave it off. It's up to you. That's EPA regulations in the U.S. and so you don't want to be caught running your device without a spark arrestor and starting like a wildfire or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. Nonetheless, the carb fixed it. You can get these in just the carburetor only as long as your fuel lines and gaskets and stuff are good, or you can get the whole entire kit, which is a little bit more. Remember, month of April 2023, they're running these and a bunch of other items they're trying to clear out their warehouse. Hypa is. 2 for $9.90. So we got this FS45 fixed. In due time, I'll have another Stihl come in that needs a carburetor just like this. So got one here in the stockpile in order to get it going. Again, if you would like to purchase something off of Hypa's website, I have a link in the description below that'll take you to the website. I'll also post a direct link to the $9.90 sale where you will find these. So thank you again, Hypa, for continuing to be a partner to the channel. They fixed quite a few machines here in the garage, and they'll be fixing more because they're a great company. Good support crew. Eddie and those guys are great to work with, and you get good customer support as opposed to the other aftermarket brands that are just building them as cheap as possible and not giving any product support. They try and get you at a price point. These guys have a good price point, have good product support, and they're cheaper than OEM. So give them a shot if you haven't already. You saw it worked on this weed eater, it may work on your device too. So thank y'all again. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Really easy. This is why I really like working on Stihl 2-cycle stuff. For the most part, it's leaps and bounds easier than the other 2-cycle equipment out there. That's just the cheapo stuff, you know. Thank y'all again. Catch you on the next video. Take care.